Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you. Hello, hello. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Genius. This is episode 127. Clawing and crawling our way there to episode 200. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just got to stay positive. All right, so big plug to Mark Nicholas, Mark N at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. He is the guy that puts this together. There he is. He's in the van. He's the man in the van. Nice eyebrow things. It kind of reminds me of Jack Nicholson, like, how you doing? And then he does, like, the eyebrow thing. You got that down. He's got his Jack Nicholson going, so good stuff. All right, so, yeah, make sure to reach out to him, Mark N. at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. He does podcasts, he does video, he does audio. He also does creative videos and storytelling videos, which is great for TikTok and also Instagram. So brands that need that, he does that. He has a team. He has the editing. He has on-site, camera capabilities. He can do it all. So make sure to reach out to him. So our guests, plural, we love it when we have a couple guests on because it gets a little more rowdy, a little more fun, a little more crazy, and more entertaining. So we have Ashton, Yoon, and Jason Goodman. They are co-founders of Antithesis Foods, which brings the produce product. It's produce chips, which they can talk more about. So Antithesis Foods, it's crunchy food ingredients and brands that are better for you. If it crunches, we make it better for you. I love that tagline. How you both doing?
Great.
Hello.
Alex, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Great intro. Thank you.
Absolutely. And you're both hailing, at least the company's based in Ithaca, New York, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see definitely a co-op Instagram giveaway or something with Ithaca hummus. Shout out to Chris Kirby, a previous guest, and with produce.
We'd love that.
They go together like
We have
Chevrolet and apple pie. So
a simply salted that is wonderful to dip with, Chris.
exactly. I'm going to send a direct message to Chris on like
Please.
email and LinkedIn, like watch this episode, get in touch with them. It could be awesome. They should actually have a snack pack that comes with the hummus, like in the stores. That'd be awesome too. That's why it's called genius, right? Come up with these things on the fly, just boom. Mark, you should add like a explosion coming out of my head. All right, I'm sure he's working on that right now. So working fast. I can hear him clicking. Or raining coconuts or balloons or something. All right. Good stuff. For 5 seconds of improvisation, that was pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get into, I like to start with a story of how you two met and when you met and how this came to be as an idea and eventually a product on a virtual shelf. So let's talk about the story. How'd you meet?
You want to go into that, Ashton? Or
Yeah, so Jason and I actually met in grad school. We were both at Cornell in the food science department. We were both taking a product development class, and part of that class was for our final project, like, hey, make a food product. So we met because I actually had some friends that were on the team that won, and Jason was on that team. Jason, do you want to talk about your product?
Yeah, so we made a crunchy snack called garbanzos, G-R-A. We were very clever. So we take chickpeas, we bake them, and then we do some things with chickpeas, bake them, cover them in chocolate, and it makes like a Whopper type thing. So it really had a really nice crunch, and it was really, really tasty. It didn't taste anything like chickpeas. And then so that's what we started the company around. They were called garbanzos. Google hated it. Google always auto-corrected it to garbanzos. Even our best customers misspelled it all the time. So like that's something that never to do. Don't try to fight against Google. But anyway, in all the learnings for garbanzos and what we figured out there, we figured out we had this like unique legume and pulse tech to make things really crunchy. And so we took all of that and from those learnings we're launching this new product called Protos, which is like a Stacy's pita chip. But all made of chickpeas, legumes, like pea protein. They're like a Stacy's pita chip, but way better for you. More protein, more fiber, and fewer calories. It's a great picture.
I wanted to ask, just to jump in. So
Sure.
So the legumes, I guess these were called kind of like, you know, certain, not a grain, but something, there's like a name for these that are like functional
ingredients that have protein. What would you call them? All the legumes and all the ingredients. Is there a name for it? Like a category, what they are?
I would say legumes is pretty much an all-encompassing category. So there's different types of proteins and flours, but I don't think I would say legumes. And then people also call them pulses.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's funny. For 15 Minutes of Genius, this is the fourth interview, and you can see the questions my questions start to go down in quality. So, because legumes is the category. I'm like, what category is legumes in? Legumes.
I think it's legumes.
Yeah. It's legumes.
Are lentils too?
Yeah,
Yeah, lentils, beans, peas, soybeans, chickpeas.
So highly functional protein and fiber that is infused in this product. Yep. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So that's how you met. You created this product. Looks like it's been around, and it's cool that you're from Ithaca, New York, which I feel sorry. It's like almost 11 o'clock at night over there. So thank you for true entrepreneurs grinding it out on podcasts at 11 o'clock at night. No better place to be, right? In front of your computer with me. Wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Let's talk about, we talked about the product. You have 3 SKUs, right? You have the Simply Salt, the sour cream and onion, and then you have the summer barbecue. So these are, and I'm going to get some samples, which is great, and then obviously I'll go buy it. So let's talk about distribution. Everything's online, right, with this product. Tell us about your strategy on, you're going to stay online? Do you want to eventually go into retail? What does that landscape look like?
Sure. We are only online at the moment. In fact, we are nowhere. You can't buy them until we'll see when this airs. But we are going to launch in about 3 or 4 days. So we're just making sure all the back end stuff works in this together. The plan here is sell them online, make sure people like them, get as much direct feedback from all of our customers as possible, make the tweaks we need to make, and then go into retail, starting with some upscale retailers. Wegmans isn't started in Rochester, so the game plan would be to get into there, and then Whole Foods and other upscale places. But eventually, what we see this company doing, I don't think we'd be happy if we're selling these chips at a premium price point. The goal is to make sure that healthy food is accessible to as many people as possible. So get the cost down, get them into C-stores, get them everywhere eventually. So online first, make sure it's right, and then scale until they're affordable enough for as many people to get them as possible.
Got it. What is the price point on this? What is it going? I mean, by the time this airs, you'll have a website up because we usually air about a month after, 2 months after the taping. Yeah. But tell us, what's the price point?
For one of these bags, if you buy them in a small quantity, it's like $3.99. If you up your quantity, it starts going down to $3.49, and if you do some other discounting, it gets like $3.20.
Got it. So looking at it, I love the packaging. No bullshit. You know, I there's some people I say I love the packaging and I don't. But this one I make people feel good. I sometimes, it sucks because I make people feel good. And then it's like a false hope. And then they realize their packaging did suck. And they wish that I just told the truth to them the first time. But the packaging is good. It catches your eye. I love the colors, love the font. I'm a marketing guy. And it's really easy to read. And you know right away what it is. The benefits are on the bottom. Right. Let's just bring on Fred Hart from Interact Boulder so he can tell us all about this packaging, So anyway, all right, so getting into it, as you can see, I get loopy at this hour. And this is not even late for me. You guys are way later than me, and you're much more sane than I am right now. This is impressive.
Trying.
So, Ashton, so what do you do with the company? What's your dynamic with Jason?
So for the company, I mainly do R&D, product side, product development, operations, commercial production. I'm COO and Jason is CEO.
Right on. So you're more go ahead, Jason. Yep.
I was going to say, we should also mention we won a grant from the National Science Foundation that Ashton was the principal investigator on. So that kind of funds the development of the ingredient piece and the underlying technology of the. Yeah,
that's actually where Protos came from. So Protos came
prototype.
From that.
Thank you.
We did. That's what we were aiming for.
Genius. It's on the hats.
Perfect.
No,
You still got
exactly
it, even
right.
Lady Wing.
Yeah.
still got it. Still got it.
Yeah.
So the COVID fog has lifted. It took about a month. Yeah, I COVID 3 weeks ago, and I was like brain fog for a couple weeks. It seems like half of California has gotten it by now.
Right.
Okay, so basically, that's how you got the name. You worked with that
Yep.
that institution and organization. So you're going to launch it. What's your game plan after you said you're going to do some feedback and do this and all that?
Yeah.
Are you going to what's your game plan? This is more for Ashton on innovation. Like I know it's where you're just launching your product. Do you want to go into other formats for these ingredients, or do you want to keep it more of a snackable chip? Any thoughts there?
Yeah, so for produce, we'll probably do line extensions of flavors. So we did like a samosa, salt and vinegar. And I think we envision keeping produce that singular crisp product, but we are developing other products, like a cereal or a straight up cracker, that I think will be other products, maybe under the produce brand. We haven't quite decided yet, but all of them still in the crunchy field, all of them still based on legumes. So super nutrient dense, super sustainable. And yeah, I think that's where we plan to go for now. We made a great, what were we calling it? Chocolate cookie crunch cereal recently that people were loving. So watch out, cereal. We might go there soon.
I can tell, cereal is like been revolutionized, right? With brands like Magic Spoon, even like Forager, like the yogurt company, like, they've done many things like chips and other things, but they're going into cereal. I saw Forager cereal. I'm like, what the hell? So cereal is kind of this reinvented category that was sleepy for like with General Mills and for years and years and years. And now it's being reinvented with high protein, which is yours, high fiber, which is yours, low sugar, which could be yours depending on how you formulate it. And it's healthy and beneficial. And you can get away with I think Magic Spoon's at $7.99 or something. So you can get away with high price and people are paying for quality.
Right.
So that's a great innovation to go into. And then we can do an Instagram or TikTok where you use Genius Juice as the cereal milk.
Whoa.
Mind blown, whatever.
Right.
Mark, we got to get the mind blown.
Left, right, and center.
Exactly. Yeah. We got Ithaca on one side, hummus. We got Genius Juice on the other. All right, so what do you guys, there it is. Mind blown, coconuts falling. I think that's actually maybe, it's like something was blown so much that like the tree shook, and then the coconuts came down. All right, so let's go into, what are you doing for funding? So are you going to be, there? Is it all self-funded? Is it all friends and family? Like how are you doing that?
Right now, it's a lot of friends and family, some angel investors that have really believed in what we're doing and the mission for a long time. We were able to get some grants, like I mentioned, from the National Science Foundation, which funds kind of the whole ingredient platform. So it's a mess of all of those things together. The plan is show some really strong early traction with produce, and then we'll wind up raising a seed round to push into whatever is working. I expect we'll have some on-shelf placement by the end of the year, and hopefully we can expand that and drive more online. So
cool.
But yeah,
and
make sure it works first.
Absolutely, yeah. You're kind of, like many brands are doing, so no stranger to it, is building the plane while you're taking off and flying it, right? Big brands do it, small brands do it, and the only way to discover, how your product is you got to just get it out there. And there's a mentor of mine that said, don't let great get in the way of good. Just you don't have to be great, you don't have to be perfect. Just get it out there, get feedback, and constantly reiterate. So I see this as something too, where you could be like, you have personalities, okay? Like you have personalities. You're not boring. Like you're different cultures. You have a lot of energy. There's passion about this product.
We're food scientists. We're very boring people. We
not
just
to
do
me.
Excel spreadsheets. That's all.
I would never know. I mean,
we
on this podcast,
water binding.
Now you're boring me. No, so you just blew it, man. No, so you never mention science in a podcast, and it's an automatic end, right, or turn off. I'm just kidding, giving you a hard time. So what I'm getting at is social media, right? You can be on social media. I see you as personalities on social media, to be honest. Like promoting this, I can see like Ashton like just doing like a post like I love this. This is great for me, or even something funny and like stupid on TikTok. Have you thought about your social media strategy given that you're online?
Yeah, Jason actually made a great TikTok last week.
Really?
One single. But
I should look at it right now.
It took all week to come up
took
with
all
1 minute
week.
TikTok
Wow.
with the help of our great TikTok or social media kind of intern who's helping us with all this stuff. So yes, we are exploring it, and we're going to put ourselves out there more. That's kind of the 2022 thing is like, all right, we have a product. We were very proud of it. Let's put ourselves out there and just like make dumb stuff that is important and that we care about too.
Exactly.
So,
it's edutainment,
yes, we have
right?
one TikTok.
Edutainment.
Edutainment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I see you both super photogenic, like this like full life energy. Like, yeah, you guys should be on there like 24/7, like Instagram and TikTok. That's how you're gonna generate, be like the midday squares of chips, right? So
I see all their stuff. I think they have a music video now. I don't know.
it's dropping. Did it drop already?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'll see it in 18 channels when it
Yeah.
does. They really do a good job.
They really do. They have like a staff of probably 20 people just working on like cameras and editing. And I'm good friends with Jake and Nick and Les over there. We just had them on our podcast, and
right.
Yeah, it's insane how much work, in a good way, how much work they put in to their social. But I think it's cool to see that because it's a duplicatable, replicatable model, right? Where you can just be really real, authentic, just tell people about the struggles, the ups, the downs, the product, how great it is for you. And, Poppy is another one. They have the female male energies going on. They ping pong back and forth with that. So yeah, just blow it out. And I can imagine you'll get a lot of organic growth from that. Are you going to be focusing more on TikTok or Instagram, or both together?
I think we've decided on TikTok. We think people are moving there. We think Instagram is more of a purchasing platform these days, and we actually cross-posted our TikTok onto Instagram today.
The reels.
Yeah,
reels.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was talking with our producer earlier, and basically, and I've heard from many, Instagram is basically eventually going to abandon the image format, or like minimize it. Yeah, minimize it or fully abandon, and they want to be a complete video platform. Because images, honestly, I'm not scrolling through images as much on Instagram. I am going to the story. Like the first thing I do, pull up Instagram, the top, the circles. I'm like, I'm like hitting those. Like, oh, someone has a new story, and the red circle goes around it.
Right.
They got us so nailed. It's not even funny. Like, there should be a show. I should bring on like the Instagram engineer, and he can talk about how he has the entire world hypnotized by TikTok and Instagram. You can't get off it, Cool. All right. So TikTok, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Let's see what else. Do you have any causes? That's my last question. Any causes you're going to be supporting with your brand?
Do you want to go into
what causes? I don't think there's anything explicit that we have listed. I think it's really important for us that the product itself is like the thing. Most people in the United States don't eat enough fiber, and like we want that to be like our thing. We make it very easy to get enough fiber for the day, and this seems to be a very good way to like reduce your risk from dying of like a lot of stuff, and most people are not eating enough of it. So if you are looking to eat more fiber things in a very fun way, eatprotos.com.
Awesome. So eatprotos.com, and that's a cause, right? Like helping people's diet, and ultimately people are healthier and happier. So that's all good stuff.
I mean, that's the mission behind the whole thing. Yes, but don't sacrifice taste for it.
Exactly.
Did you want to add it? Did you want to add anything, Ashton? We think it's something different.
I guess we're really passionate about making processed foods healthier. Processed foods, you think potato chips, TV dinners, and all that kind of stuff that's just packed with carbs and calories. But I think what we're really passionate about is making these convenient snack foods that taste really great and taste just like your Pringle or your Dorito, but are a lot better for you. So for us, better for you means lower calorie, higher protein, higher fiber, lower net carbs, lower fat. But like Jason said, it shouldn't have to taste worse. And that's why I think it's so important for us as food scientists to bring, I guess, that sciencey bit to food, because we think it's really necessary. And we think that we are able to bring better for you foods that actually taste good, which I know everyone says, but protos really do taste very good.
Exactly. You're actually backing what you're saying with like real product that actually tastes good and is good for you. And that's so, for entrepreneurs that are watching, that is the most important thing to me, is that the product has to taste good beyond anything else. Like that's the entryway into getting someone to not only pick up the product, like they see the product, the packaging looks good, the macronutrients look awesome, but then if you open it and it tastes like crap, even if it's good for you, they're not going to come back. So like I see the brands that are really surging have both of those, unless it's like a kale, ginger lemon green juice, it's going to taste terrible. But besides that, chips need to taste good, and I'm glad that you're getting both of those together, taste and nutrition. Last question I have, we do this on the show a lot, is our struggles. You're launching this in 3 to 4 days. That's probably why you're up so late, which works out well for the podcast scheduling here. I'm telling you, year 3, year 4, you may not be up this late. You're like, I got to get my sleep. I've had 4 years of no sleep. I got to get sleep now. But tell us about any struggles, challenges to get this enterprise off the ground.
I mean, we ran a brand that we're basically shutting down called Garbanzos, which we alluded to for the last 3 years. And we could do a whole podcast on our learnings and stuff from that. Everything that we did wrong, we are doing right for protos, but it doesn't make everything we did wrong hurt less. And having to go back and saying to everyone that supported us, hey, that thing that you supported us and we've gave us money to do, we'd like to do this other thing. It's going to be better. It's going to work this time, and it really is better. And it probably will work. But gosh, is that really difficult and hard?
It's a hard story to sell, right? But you can also, like you said, the learnings, right? You can say we learned a lot about our past mistakes, and then, and eventually too, you're going to start building a team, right? Once you start getting some revenue. So having a robust team and great people that you can work with, I think that's really powerful. Honestly, for like investing, if I were an investor, right, putting in money, anything significant, I would want to know that those entrepreneurs had a learning, like had something that, ultimately didn't succeed. They learned and they parlayed into a new opportunity where they apply all the things they learned. It's actually, to me, a more investable company, to me. If you want to bring me in for your investor pitches,
I was going to say, I can say that. You guys write a letter of support for us. Thank you.
I'm Alex Baer with Genius Juice. Let me tell you why to invest in this company. So this is not paid for by Genius Juice.
Right. Yeah. You need to put a disclaimer on this.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go into our next segment here. This is going off the rails on my side. It's all my fault here. This is called Rapid Fire Questions. Rapid Fire Questions. All right. So another great thing to do at 11 o'clock at night in Ithaca in New York here is, are you both in New York?
Yeah.
Ithaca, yeah.
That'd be funny if you both were like in rooms like next to each other.
Right.
Usually we are when we're at the office.
Right. It's so funny. We had an agency we work with, and I could see there was a guy and a girl, and they were at different computers. And whenever it went to the guy on Zoom, I could see the girl in the background with her back facing him because she's on her computer.
Yeah.
Then it went to the girl talking, and I could see the guy's his back. Like, why don't you just be on the same? You just be on one computer, All right, so I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to go back and forth between the two of you. Just answer them as quickly as you can. I'm going to start with Jason. First question. For music, which decade is the best? The 70s, 80s, or 90s? 90s. Okay, Ashton, what do you do for exercise?
Pilates and bar, strength training.
Cool. Not the other bar that you go to, but the bar, B-A-R-R-E.
I do both, but B-A-R-R-E, yes, is exercise.
Great answer. That is the best answer ever. All right. Jason, movie you can watch an unlimited amount of times.
Saving Private Ryan.
I just watched a great documentary on D-Day. It's, powerful stuff. And a great movie. My God.
Yeah.
All right. Ashton, chocolate or vanilla, being food science? Really
Vanilla.
complex question for food science.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Great.
Right on. Me too. Chocolate, it's powerful. Vanilla, I can apply to anything, right?
Anything.
Anything. Even, a pastrami sandwich, like vanilla. All right.
Oh.
So that's a great innovation right there. Favorite, Jason, favorite country to travel to?
I visited Austria once. It was beautiful.
Awesome. We asked someone
Yeah.
once who
The
was like,
Alps.
awesome. So we asked someone think like a few episodes ago, what country is your favorite? And they're like pro America. They're like Texas.
Maybe soon.
Maybe soon. So, all right. So favorite Star Wars character. This is Ashton to you.
Han Solo. Hands down.
Hands down, Han Solo. All right, Jason, back to you. What is your spirit animal?
A raccoon.
Okay. All right, Ashton. Ashton, do you like to drive an SUV, a coupe, or a truck?
I would say SUV. I like big cars. I guess truck's bigger, but don't need all that space.
Exactly. The Texas conversation's coming back in. Trucks. Everything's bigger. Everything's bigger in Texas. All right. No one is from Texas on this podcast, just letting you know. We're all California, New York. But we love Texas. Texas is great. All right. So for food, this is back to Jason. For food, salty or sweet?
Oh, salty.
Yeah, that's pretty much a given in this conversation.
Yeah.
So, Ashton, favorite day of the week and why?
I like Mondays because hopefully you had a chance to do some fun stuff and rest up over the weekend. Then you hit it hard, and all these emails come in, and I get really excited.
Love it. Cool. That's true entrepreneur right there. Monday. All right. Most people are like, Friday, woo! All right. Or
That was me like 10 years ago.
That could be a TikTok video. You can be like, Ashton and Jason on Friday. Like, woo! Or something like that. And then Ashton and Jason on Monday. Woo! Like the same exact thing, right? That's a great idea. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's
Really
good.
good.
We're going to take that from you.
We're going to do it first, trust me. All right, so next question. I forgot who I asked. I think I asked Ashton last, so let's go to Jason. Uber or Lyft?
Oh, Uber.
All right, Ashton, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, or Kobe Bryant?
Oh, gosh. Michael Jordan.
Jordan. I would agree. And I'm from LA, where we love Kobe. So
Me too.
yeah, I love Kobe. So he was so awesome. Jason, Terminator 1 or Terminator 2?
1.
1. Why?
Yeah, the original. That's the one where he goes and does the thumbs up thing?
That's number 2.
Is that 1? Oh, then 2.
It all hinges on the thumbs up. That's
God.
For those that are watching that, if you've never watched Terminator 2, I feel very sorry for you. But it's the end where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes into the molten lava, steel, and the last thing he does, his hand is going down, and it's like this. Oop, it's like this, and then right before his hand gets all burned up and he's terminated, he goes like that. Boom, then it's over. So he's human. He's human after all, right? He has human characteristics. So chill out, dickwad. All right, favorite food. He says that in the movie. All right, Ashton, favorite food or drink if you're stuck on a deserted island?
And
you can't say
colada.
Okay, I was gonna say you can't say Protos or Genius. So pina colada, I love that.
It has a lot of calories, so I could survive, and it's the scenery along with a pina colada sounds nice.
It all works under a tree, under a palm tree. All right, so that is rapid fire questions with Jason Goodman and Ashton Yoon, co-founders of Antithesis Foods, Protos, makers of Protos, which is on a virtual shelf near you, and it's going to be near you as long as you're near a computer. All right. So that could be another TikTok right there. So thank you both for being on the show. It's an honor to have you because you're entrepreneurs and you're pushing hard, and I'm always honored to be with awesome people that are releasing a product. Congratulations. that you're going to be doing this. I will be a customer, and I'd love to get some samples as well. It'd be cool. I can get samples before it's even live on the site. How cool is that?
Yes, you will.
I feel very special. So
Very
awesome. Right on. So thank you guys. Have a
Cool.
wonderful night, and good luck with the launch.
Thank you.
Thank you much. All right, this was fun.
Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
They're going to be working till 2 a.m., I'm sure. They're not even halfway done with their workday right now. It's 11 o'clock at night over there in New York. All right. So big plug to Mark Nicholas, Mark and ManhattanBeatStudios.net for all your editing desires. They do everything. They're awesome. Make sure to reach out. Podcast, you want to do social media creatives, video, audio. They do great editing. Please reach out. All right. So that's episode 127 in the books of 15 Minutes of Genius. And one last thing, stay crunchy and genius, my friends.
Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.